Sadly, there has been a lot of discourse in the recent years about the decline of movie theaters. And I mean, it's not just discourse, it is a reality. Once COVID hit and the entire world was kind of wrecked by this awful disease, a big an industry that took a big hit was the movie theater, understandably so. It wasn't considered an essential business. And even if it was, it would have been pretty hard to get a lot of people to come over because you have to stay 6 feet apart and you can't, be close together and all that stuff. So movie theaters were kind of scrambling to survive during the wonderful years of 2020 and 2021. And they're definitely still rebounding. And a lot of people have wondered if there's any hope, for their future. So I hope that with this video, I can add just a little bit of support to these wonderful establishments, and it might change just a few people's minds to go back to the movie theater because I really think that it is worth fighting for. One of the best parts about going to the movie theater is the entire ritual that surrounds it. First, you decide what movie you want to see. I feel like I'm going through some step-by-step process for like an alien who's never been to the movie theater. But anyway, you decide what movie you want to see. You buy your ticket online, which is typically how people do it these days. Get into your car, driving over. You walk up to the movie theater. You see this huge, giant building that has all these screens in it. And then you walk into the movie theater and you smell the popcorn and you see people kind of bustling around and you see posters for other movies and those awesome cardboard cutouts for other movies, and you get your ticket scanned and walk down the hallway and you go into this very like unassuming looking door, but as soon as you walk into that door, it's like walking into a portal. Like you just leave the world behind and you walk up that ramp in total darkness. And a really cool part is you see the screen getting bigger and bigger as it goes more and more into your line of vision. Then you sit down, turn your phone off, please do that. And for 2 hours, you just forget about life and you're transported into a world of fantasy and wonder. The whole step-by-step process is just so awesome to me, and there's no way that can be captured at home. The over familiarity with home, the over amount of comfort that you have at home, it just cannot be compared. There is no ritual, there's no buildup, there's no anticipation. We need to bring anticipation back as a society. Be honest with yourself as an adult. Isn't it more fun to buy something online and then wait for it to arrive in the mail? Isn't that more fun? And the whole ritual also of like opening up the package. It's like a little taste of Christmas Day, That's the only taste that adults can have for for opening up gifts on Christmas Day. Right now, I understand that's definitely a blanket statement. I guess I'm kind of a minority in that, in the sense that I feel like I'm too old to ask for presents for Christmas, so I don't do that. So my little Christmas ritual has been reduced to opening up packages that come in the mail. But we need to bring anticipation back as a society. And I think one of those ways is by going to a movie theater. So beyond the ritual, there's also just the bigger screen. I mean, would you rather watch a movie on an IMAX screen? Would you rather watch a movie that is the same size as the face of a building? Or would you rather watch it on your 50-inch TV at home? Or some of you guys don't even have 50 inches. You have 30 inches or whatever it might be. But regardless, I mean, whatever movie it is that you're watching is just more powerful, it's more effective, it's more memorable on the bigger screen. And what goes right along with that is the better sound. I mean, movie theaters really pride themselves especially on sound. I don't typically see ads that talk about the size of the screen. I usually see ads about like, oh, isn't our sound quality awesome? And it is. And there's absolutely no way that you could emulate that on your own TV. I don't care how nice of a sound system you have. There's also the social aspect. Now, this one's probably much more purely my opinion than anything else I've said, but I really like sitting down with a large group of strangers and having that shared experience. It's kind of like whenever I go to an amusement park, no one is a stranger at an amusement park. And that is one of the coolest aspects. Like, I'll be waiting in line and someone will just start chatting with me. Like I remember like I was at Six Flags and I was wearing my Cedar Point shirt. And they were like, oh, Cedar Point, like, you've been. I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And like I was at Busch Gardens, Tampa, and I sat down on Iron Gwazi, which is such an awesome ride. And the guy who sat down next to me, like, we just started chatting, like, oh yeah, Iron Gwazi, like, I'm so glad that it got RMC'd, like, just throwing out this, like, amusement park jargon, and you can't, nor should you, turn over to a stranger to start chatting about the movie as it's happening. But there's just that shared experience of, everyone just sitting down, regardless of what walk you are in life, regardless of who you are, and you're there for that singular purpose. And that's one of the reasons why I really love concerts as well, because no one's a stranger. We're all there for the artist. We're all there for that singular purpose of enjoyment. And I've had that experience too at concerts when I've gone by myself and I've just started chatting with somebody. In fact, I remember this one concert I was at, Avi Kaplan, one of my favorite artists, and I was just sitting there, and then this two married couples, so four people came up, and the first thing they said was, "Hi, friend." So it's that kind of thing. And sitting down in a movie theater with strangers, even though you can't and shouldn't talk to them, has that same effect of everyone coming together for that singular purpose of watching that movie. And there's also the little extra stuff, like getting the snacks. Like, yeah, you can make popcorn at home, which is fun. I think that is definitely legitimate, and you're certainly not going to pay as much. But that's kind of part of the ritual, and especially if you're a family man, I would imagine it's fun, just be like, oh, kids, you want to get a snack or something? And like seeing their eyes light up, like that must be so cool. I can't speak from experience, not yet anyway. But that just must be so cool. And then there's the arcade. I love arcades. Playing some video games either before or after the movie, that can only be the cherry on top. Please go out, support your businesses, even if they're giant corporations like AMC. Go to the movie theater. If you don't care about supporting them, then do it for yourself, because it is so much more fun, so much more enjoyable than just sitting at home and watching the movie. So, why do you love going to the movie theater? Or maybe why do you think staying at home is a better idea than going to the movie theater? I would love to hear from you, whatever your thoughts are. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next cinematic adventure. I'll see you in the movie theater.